Hello, my name is Andrew Dunn. In Kennesaw State's iTech program. I'm currently in the iTech 7500 Capstone Experience and Portfolio class with Dr. Ron. And this is my video presentation. And the focus of this presentation is to incorporate technology to promote student-centered learning and higher order thinking. And the question is, how do we do this? How do we make sure that when we incorporate and integrate technology, that it's to a point that allows students to take control of their learning and become motivated and stay engaged with the process? This is not directly part of the criteria or the list, but I like to incorporate and add objectives because it gives me direction. And the objective of the capstone presentation and this issue that I've seen is that we have to equip students with the skills necessary for the next level of their career. I teach 12th graders, so this is definitely something that I've always strived to accomplish, to get our students ready for either college, technical school, military, or the workforce. And the development of the 21st century learning and higher order thinking puts students in a position to be successful. In addition, the goal for this entire program is to also try to increase student engagement through technology. How is this done? What strategies do we as teachers and instructional technology coaches do on a regular basis to ensure that students stay engaged? And not only that, but set personal goals for themselves in order to become exemplary students. And in addition, the objective also covers how we as educators can expand our instructional delivery. And that's important too, because many times we as educators kind of can get bored with our own teaching style, and by adding to our arsenal of instructional delivery strategies, it makes teaching even more engaging, as well as learning for the students. The problems that I've seen in the schools today, my school and several of the other schools that I've visited, and some of them that I've taught at in the past, is that there's a cloud of apathy towards learning in our schools today. And although it doesn't happen at every single instance or class, sometimes this cloud occurs, and a lot of the times it has to do with we as educators not fully fusing or aligning 21st century learning to, or not aligning learning, to 21st century skills and experiences. Our students are online, our students are mobile, our students are constantly checking the virtual world. And I think we as teachers and the educational system needs to acknowledge this and constantly make an effort to incorporate and add technology in a way where these students can be prepared. And the thing I would like to see is more critical thinking skills being developed, and using technology to allow students to gain information and content and on their own, as opposed to the teacher just giving the instruction directly to the student. Research on technology integration in the classroom. the role of the teacher in this process would be a coach, an advisor, a facilitator of learning. Again, lecture and direct instruction would still be present, but minimized and used in spurts as opposed to being used at this extensive rate that has been done typically in traditional education. And of course, teachers will step aside and allow students to take control of the learning. Here are some programs that I've used along the way. I've used several of the programs. I don't have time to go through all of them, but there is one program I would like to explore. And the reason why I would like to explore this program is because it does put students and it does explain the student-centered learning experience that I have been driving at and that I've been talking about. So this is a web quest that I created. And what this web quest does is it immediately puts students in a mode where they have to go in and look for the information themselves. You can see the tabs here. This is predominantly for economics in this case. And this is focusing on the factors of production. Looking at the introduction, it immediately gives the student a task. And in short, I'll explain it very briefly. They're an aspiring entrepreneur that is trying to save a business that has been handed down to them. So in essence, they've inherited a business that they have to save, but the problem is they have little experience and they have to come up with their own product and take it through the 4 factors of production to bring the business back on track. So with that, how do they do this? Well, they can go online and they can find information. The task talks about what they have to do. In this case, they'll select their own products. Students in this case can also connect with their peers and talk about what they find and things that they are experiencing along the way. So from that standpoint, they can definitely work in tandem, although this is predominantly an individual assignment. Okay, and then I've showed them a sample video, but what this project-based learning does is takes me out the equation as a direct instructor, and allows me to manage students. And at this point, what I'm doing right now is I'm just managing progress, and any student that needs, or groups of students that needs assistance, that's when the direct instruction would come back in, and I would take the time out to reinforce the lesson and then put them back on the WebQuest assignment. And of course, here's the rubric that went along with it. So this is just a snippet of what I want to do on a regular basis, and my way of trying to, what I would say, correct the problem and building more engagement and helping our students get out of this apathetic mindset toward education and learning. All right, moving along. Again, our roles have already been explained. Playing the role of a coach, acting as a facilitator. These are the things that definitely will provide a better solution. Studies have shown that when teachers play this role of a coach, that the rapport between the teacher and the student is improved, the level of motivation for students increase, and those are the prerequisites for higher test scores, greater attendance, improved classroom behavior, etc. And that leads us to the results. When students take more control of their learning, then the intrinsic motivation noticeably increases, and students are able to see what type of progress they need to make, and they would ask the teacher for the direction that they need to make sure that they're on the right path. I've already talked about the rapport between teacher and student. And also, this allows us to, as teachers and instructional coaches, to work in small groups with those who really need assistance. Here are my resources that I've used for this particular project. Changing Systems to Personalized Learning. That was a great article that was on a website. And I thought that it was definitely key. All three of these websites focus on personalized learning and building student achievement. And it's important to have that component when you're trying to integrate technology to improve higher order thinking, as well as student-centered learning. At this time, that will conclude my project, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, of course, you can email me on the school's email site. And that's it for now. Thank you.